Hi, Scorpio. Enchantress here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers and broadcaster of astrology. I am here to give you your monthly astrology along with the major planetary transits. So we'll talk about how they affect you, and then we'll go into your individual scopes. So first, I do want to ask you to please like the channel, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe, because it helps me grow. It helps to get this wonderful content out to other people. My channel is geared around helping you mind, body, and soul, and career. I am in contact with a lot of entrepreneurs, so my astrological horoscopes are geared toward helping you in your career and assisting you in progressing in life all around. Okay, evolving as a person all around. So if you'd like to find out more about Enchantress, you can always go down below to the information about the video, and I have 2 links down there, my Amazon and my Instagram. If not, you can go to the About section on my channel, and all of my links are listed there. So, and you can get to everything from there. Now, this month, well, actually it's January. Happy Martin Luther King Day. It's actually Martin Luther King Day. That's when I'm shooting this video. So happy Martin Luther King Day, but welcome to the month of February, because this is what, mostly what we're going over, even though we're talking about Aquarius season. Aquarius season ranges from January 20th to February 18th. Okay. So I think I've covered, pretty much everything. I'm sure I'll get to whatever else I have to cover eventually. So help me grow, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into your astrology, Scorpio. First, Aquarius season, as I said, goes from January 20th to February 18th. The fixed air sign Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, planet of freedom, revolutionary visions, progress, science, originality. Aquarians are inquisitive, and they also have a knack for intellectual conversation. But they can be unpredictable, and aloof sometimes, hence being ruled by Uranus. So basically during this season, you can expect some surprises. You can expect some shocks this go round. Okay. Let's hopefully they're happy surprises. Definitely. Let's all channel our inner Aquarius this season and exert our independence, be brilliant, be bold, and more social. Aquarius tells us or prompts us to be more social, networking, show our friends how eclectic we can be and how open we can be, how expansive our minds can be. Okay? Network with people that will open you up to new places, things, people, positive ones though, because Aquarius is all about the experience, and you always want it to be a positive experience. Okay? So that being said, let's get into some of the transits. The first one we'll go over is Uranus. Uranus has been direct since January 11th. It's direct in Taurus, and Taurus reigns over our values, our money, our resources, which are now free to progress thanks to the end of the retrograde. It's currently toggling between 2 and 6 degrees Taurus. So any planets you have in Taurus, you want to look at those on your natal chart to see if they're between 2 and 6 degrees. If you don't have your natal chart, you get your birth certificate, copy down your time of birth, your date of birth, and your place of birth. You put that inside on that website, cafeastrology.com, and it'll give you all of your planetary aspects, all of your positions, all of your houses, what's there, how it affects you. It's all there, So, and it's free. So why not do that? So I hope you guys will go and do that. It definitely helps. I wouldn't steer you wrong. So anyway, it's between 2 and 6 degrees. If you have anything in Taurus between 2 and 6 degrees, you are going to experience shifts greater than everyone else. You are going to feel the effects of this more than the collective. Okay? You and any Cancer, Capricorn, or Libras that are between 2 and 6 degrees. Okay? There's an opposition to those signs. That position, there's an opposition to those signs. Anything between 2 and 6 degrees. So you're going to experience some changes and some shifts as well. Okay? Just to forewarn you, you know. The sun is in Aquarius until February 19th. So we'll have the sun in Aquarius, then it'll shift over from the open and bold and free-thinking Aquarius over into Pisces, the more emotional, the more dreamy, the more intuitive. Pisces is also known as being fanciful, dependent. They can be dependent. But anyway, those are the two signs we're going to have there. Now Mercury is next. Mercury is the planet of communication and skills. It leaves the sign of Capricorn to move into Aquarius on, Friday, January 31st. Okay. So communication and skills is still going to be open and expansive and bold and free thinking, objective during that time. Okay. Then after it goes into Pisces, where it, goes, it's less heady and it's more, with your heart. So you're going to be thinking deeply. You're going to be more emotional, like a Pisces. The retrograde in Aquarius and actually Pisces at 12 degrees from February 17th to March 10th can stir up communication brought about by insecurities. Okay, so I want you to be honest with yourself and don't project your insecurities onto other people. And in the same token, don't allow others to project their insecurities onto you. It's just not fair, It's not fair, so don't do it. I also want to say about the retrograde, it ranges from roughly about February 16th at 11:57 p.m. or something like that to March 9th. But it really actually spans even a week before that and a week after it ends. That's when you still have a shadow period there where you have to, worry about experiencing those the effects of that retrograde. So I ward against signing any contracts. I ward against jumping into anything or trying to make anything go forward at that time, just because it's murky, it's really iffy. You don't have all the information, before you go jumping into stuff. Not to mention Mercury is the planet of skills and communication. So if it's turned around facing this way, overlooking things past, and you're up here trying to go forward, you don't have the support of Mercury until it goes direct. That's when you want to go forward. That's when you want to submit things. It's just, it makes complete sense. It's a better time. It also rules sales. Mercury also rules sales. So, you got to be careful messing around with that. Now, everybody knows during the retrograde, your technology can mess up, like your computer, your phone, or you can have car trouble, things like that. Those are the regular things. But you also have the exes popping back up. The exes are going to pop back up. Friends from the past can pop back up. Contracts can need to be looked at again or revised. Work could need revision. You're just basically going over things you've already dealt with before, or you've already had a hand in before. Okay, so it's important now to get those things situated before you go forward. Okay. Now, Venus, the planet of love and pleasure, enters the cardinal fire sign of Aries at 0 degrees on February the 7th. It stays there until March the 4th. Now, love can really ignite in this fiery competitive sign. You know, it ushers in a whole new renewed sense of passion. So if you've been lacking that in your relationships, congratulations, because it should be coming back. Now, during the new moon, though, on February 23rd, it squares Jupiter in Capricorn. So you got to watch out for temporary changes in your relationships. Okay. And I mean relationships across the board, whether it be relationships linking you by contracts, by union, marriage, children, family, any relationships that you have with people, you can have temporary changes going on with those. So Venus also deals with your finances, as I said before. So, you know, be mindful of any relationships you have that deal with your money or your finances going through some fluctuations. Mars, the planet of challenges and energy, leaves Sagittarius, the earth sign, leaves Sagittarius, a fire sign, and jumps into the earth sign of Capricorn at 0 degrees on February 16th. So before February 16th, the beginning couple of weeks of the month, you're going to be in Sagittarius. You're going to be raring to go. You're going to be fired up. And any other houses you have ruled by fire signs will be the same. You'll have that gusto in those areas. Now, once the 16th comes, that's when the boss comes in. Capricorn comes in, and it stays there until the end of March, till after the retrograde ends, because it ends on the 10th. So Capricorn is still in there sticking with you to make sure you drive this home, okay? Because that's what you're going to need to do, especially in March. You're going to drive it home then, okay? So the key is having a strategy and being patient with your strategy so it works out. You can want to do X, Y, and Z, but you got to pace yourself. You know, you got to figure out when you're going to do it, how long it's going to take, what time you're going to do it, what's the best time to do it. You got to really have a plan, because the people that are planning things out are always the ones who are in a better position than those just running out there willy-nilly. Okay? So have a plan and remain focused and stick to that plan. Now, now's the time to realize your legacy. Just ward against being a ruthless person, because Capricorns can be ruthless. So you don't want to channel the negative energy of the plant of the sign. They're the flavoring on it. So you don't want that part of the flavoring. Don't be ruthless. Maintain self-control. So as opposed to seeking revenge, do better. Just do better. Be better, not bitter. Okay? That's important. That's very, very important. Now, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, entered Capricorn, as you know, on December the 2nd. We went through that, and it stays there until December 18th of this year. So this is a time when you can acquire wealth, material status, and social status, but you had to have put in the work. Did you put in the work, Capricorn? Scorpio. I apologize, Scorpio. I'm sorry. Did you put in the work, Scorpio? And everybody else who's listening to this, because they have put, who might be listening to this for whatever reason. This is for the collective. You had to have put in the work. And that's what, is being asked of you. So, reaping rewards can be beneficial. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. When people say you reap what you sow, reaping what you sow can be a good thing. So, on February 20th, Jupiter is sextile to Neptune, the planet of inspirations, dreams, illusions, delusions. It's sextile aspecting Pisces and Capricorn. So your inspiration and your creativity can be thriving at this time. That's what you want to do. Jump into that. Do some groundwork. Do some more groundwork before you go off, galloping off to where you want to go and you forgot your canteen. So do that groundwork, okay? Let your creativity thrive. Let your inspiration thrive. get you some good ideas going. You know, that sextile is there to help you. A sextile is when two planets are 60 degrees apart or forming a harmonious aspect or a favorable aspect. So a sextile is a good thing. It sounds like a good thing, and it is a good thing. Okay? Now, Saturn. Saturn is the planet of responsibilities and restriction. We all know that it had been affecting a parts of our chart for the last 2 years. Now Jupiter is there with it to ease those tensions in that area. I will not go back over how it'll affect each sign because I've already done it in one of the first videos I did. It's like a 33-minute video. When I go through the transits, I say how it affects every sign. Also, it's in the December newsletter. You can go to E-Ray Taronic on Facebook and scroll up and you can click the December newsletter. It's one of the posts on there. Now, the full snow moon. Oh, those of you who actually read my newsletter, you'll see that now the horoscope section will be there, but that extended part that I do about the transits can only be found here. So the video will get both sections. The newsletter will only have the horoscope section. Okay? Now, we have 2 moons this month. We have a full snow moon on February 9th. It's in the fixed sign of Leo. Native Americans call that moon the hunger moon or the storm moon. Okay? So it's in the sign of Leo. That's they should be glowing up at that time, during that time. In any houses you have ruled by Leo. The new moon on the 23rd is a more emotional one because it's ruled by Pisces, the mutable water sign of Pisces. So, like I said, things can be revealed during that time that will throw you into your emotions, or that can have the possibility of throwing you into your emotions, whether it be good or bad. But we're hoping for good because this channel is about positivity. So good things are going to happen. Okay. Now, now that I finish that portion, I'm going to go ahead and go into your actual individual horoscopes for Scorpio, my sun sign. Scorpio, of course, we know we range from October 24th to November 21st. Okay. Scorpio, your 5th house of creativity, children, romance is being lit up this month. Okay. And that's a good thing, Scorpio, because you have been working so hard. You really, really have been working hard to get out there and do what you have to do to make a name for yourself, to rise up from the ashes. You've been putting in the work. And with you putting in the work, it's going to come back to you. You know, it's definitely going to come back to you. But now these houses are lit up. So you're creative right now. You're loving your children, you know, you're loving your significant other. So this is a better time for you. Just don't allow insecurities to hold you back. Like, you know, you don't think you're good enough to do this or that. You know, you have to know that if they did it, you can do it. Period. You have the tools you need to move forward. Okay? You have to believe in yourself, Scorpio. That's very important. That's essential to being successful, is believing in yourself, knowing who you are and what you're doing and the product you're putting out is worth it and beneficial. Okay. Now, the full moon in Leo highlights your career sector. Okay. Because Leo rules your career sector. So that's always where you want to look, you know, for your career sector is at the Leo horoscope. Like I said, you have the tools you need to move forward. You just have to keep working on your growth, especially with that retrograde. It's not the time to be rushing forward. Keep working on your growth. Okay. Knowledge is power. They don't say that for no reason. Knowledge, the more you know, the more powerful you become. So study, read up, be like a Gemini, like those Geminis are doing right now, and those Virgos are doing right now. They're taking in that information. They're ruled by Mercury. They want more information. You need to channel that same energy, Scorpio. Learn more so that when someone comes for you, you're versed in what you know what you're talking about. You're versed in the subject that you're bringing forward. Okay? That's important. I'm talking a lot more serious to the Scorpios because I am a Scorpio. So if it seems like I'm being hard on you, I'm not being hard on you. You can understand me and you know how we roll. So I'm coming at you like this because I'm serious. You know, we mean business. It's time. Okay. So around the time of the new moon on February 23rd, important information can be revealed. Okay. So just be sure you don't rush into signing any contracts or making any decisions or anything like that. Okay. Just pace yourself, you know, until after the retrograde ends on March the 10th. It's February 17th till March 10th. So if you have no other choice to sign on the dotted line, just make sure you have those clauses in place that will help you. The sun's position in Aquarius, along with the retrograde in Mercury, are affecting your 4th house of family and home and security, along with your 5th house of creativity, romance, and children. So those all will be a subject. Those will all be part of that Mercury retrograde in that sun's position in Aquarius. So these areas will be revisited during the retrograde. You'll be going back over things that you may have made creatively, you know, stuff that you may have written creatively, past things with children, you know, things to deal with your children. You might have to go back over that. In romance, you know, you could be going back over and hashing over things that have happened in your relationship. You know, we go through those processes when when the retrograde comes or, you know, it comes around, people want to go back over the same old thing. So that can happen during this time, especially around that moon on the 23rd, the Pisces moon. Just don't drink and stuff like that around that time, around that moon. That's not good for, especially water signs, to be drinking around those moons because, you know, we don't think rationally when you get in that place. Well, I don't drink alcohol, but, you know, I used to, and I do know that it can take you there. You know, it's an emotional time. So anyway, remember how far you've come, Scorpio, and keep moving forward. Okay, be grateful and appreciative of the progress that you've made. Look at what you've done. Look at what you're building. Look at what you've built so far and be appreciative of it so that more opportunities can come in. Okay, you can do this, Scorpio. Like the video for me, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to keep rolling. We're going to keep doing this. Okay, bye, Scorpio.